Hello, everybody. Hey, Charlotte. What's up, J-Lo? Welcome. Come on in. Good to see you guys already. Hold on, let's bring this down. There we go. What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Moonday. What day is it? Bitch, it's Moonday. Okay. All right. You know what's happening today? The full moon is happening today. And you know what? It's been crazy. All right. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kaylee. This is Moonday Tarot, where I will talk about usually I pick one or two of the major transits of the week and talk about them and break them down for each sign and pull some tarot cards and just talk about it. At the end, if you would like me to do a personal reading, absolutely. The instructions are in the chat. Not in the chat, sorry, in the description. And I'll actually have, there we go. There's my little ticker. Boom. Yeah, we live. What's up, FRC? Hey. Anything else? Oh, yes. Something extra special that I'm really excited to announce. My website is now live. Oh, boom. So you can go to kayleeburkana.com for all of your booking needs. I'm still adjusting a couple of things, and there's a couple of the legal pages I gotta put in there still. The Saturn stuff, of course, but essentially it's live, it's ready to go. So that's really exciting. And yes, Charlotte, thank you. I look forward to that. It as soon as you've got that written for me, I'll put it up there. Yeah, dude, hit that thumbs up. All right. Last week I asked for your guys' assistance in getting to 500 subscribers, and literally within an hour of me ending the stream, I was already at 5. So well done. Huge shout out to Donut. You're awesome. And I think between Donut and Juan, and then all of you guys just being awesome and wonderful people. Oh, that's awesome. Speaking of Donut, infinitely curious. Hello, welcome. Anyway, so thank you guys. Appreciate that. And I guess actually the lesson of that was aim higher. Okay, so let's get into it. Two major things are happening, one right after another. So that'll be fun. Today/tonight is the full moon in Virgo. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. And then tomorrow is Saturn's ingress into Pisces. So we'll be talking about that as well. The rest of the week is pretty chill. I think we're just going to be processing the changes that we're going to see. The rest of March isn't chill, though. There's so much happening. But you know what? Two major things in 1 week. Let's chill and talk about those first. Alrighty. I actually want that to finish. Okay. So anything else I need to say before we get started? I don't think so. Alrighty. So here is today's chart. This is right now in my location. It is 6:36 p.m. in Calgary, Alberta on March the 6th. Virgo is rising on my eastern horizon, and the sun just set, and the moon is rising in the east right now where I sit. If it were not overcast out, I would be able to see Venus and Jupiter beginning to make their grand appearances for the night. Hopefully wherever you are, you can make that out. You should be able to. They're very bright. What else do I want to say about this chart right now? Well, I mean, we can see Saturn here is at 29 degrees and 56 minutes. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. 29 degrees, 56 minutes, right on that cusp. So that's pretty intense. Um, I had a very interesting Saturnian call earlier today, and I might tell you guys about it, and how it plays into the Capricorn map, which I mean we'll get to that. I'm just deciding how much exactly I want to share publicly, but oh, nice. I'm glad you got to see them setting. FRC, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's always nice. I don't know, looking at the stars relaxes me. Alrighty. So I wanted to take actually this moment, since we're talking about the Virgo full moon first, and that's actually falls into my 9th house. So I wanted to teach you guys really quickly how you can see this in your own chart, how like you can pull up a transit wheel if you've never done it before. So let's run through that really quick. So this is actually one of my favorite websites for doing all of that type of stuff. It's called astro-seek.com. Just type in astro, a little hyphen, and then seek.com. Or not hyphen, I guess that is not a slash. Yeah, that's a hyphen. Seek.com. It'll take you to this website. There are so many tools. You can get lost in here. So have fun. But anyway, go right here to the birth natal chart online calculator, enter in your details, boom, it'll pull up a chart for you with interpretations. The interpretations are okay. Really, I'm here for the tools. This is my chart, by the way. If you've ever wondered why I'm so serious, this is that'd be right there. So anyway, what you do from there, in order to look at the moons really quick, you go over here to full moons 2023 times natal, and it will pull up your natal chart with where the full and new moons will be for the whole year. So that's really cool. So I can see when I've got a moon on a lunation, they're called, on top of my Mars or right on top of my MC. This year I had eclipses in my MC IC axis, and oh, look at that, there's one on Saturn. So you can see where they're going to connect in your chart, and then you have the opportunity to go down and open up any specific one that you want to see. So right here, this is the one that'll be going on next. So if I click transit chart, it'll show me exactly what aspects the full moon is making to my chart. So you guys can see real quick, boom, there's the moon. This is, in this house system, it's considered the 8th house. But if you're counting whole sign from Capricorn, Virgo is the 9th of Capricorn, boom. So there's the full moon in the 9th house. And I happen to be sharing something with you guys, having a quick teaching moment. And it's kind of cool. This full moon, it's making a grand Earth trine with the other planets in my chart. I have this nice trine from Sun to these outer planets, so it kind of connects these, which is really beautiful. Anyway, there's obviously more going on. There's tons of aspects occurring at the moment, but for now, I just wanted to focus on that moon. Boom. So anyway, that was that. What's up, Ariel? How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Alrighty, so back to today. So here's today's chart, and another way that you can go about the same thing, essentially, but just looking at the moons, the moon phases themselves. There's this lovely little tab here, moon phase calculator or calendar. Boom, click that, moon calendar, and it'll show you. So for March, all of the phases of March, when the full moon is, all that lovely stuff, and some of the medical associations. So that's also pretty neat. So you can pull it up like that. Boom, full moon chart. A little bit more info. There's the chart link. And then you have, if you've already entered your chart, your personal information, it'll already have your location and then exactly where and when the moon will be, the full moon. So for my location in Calgary, the moon will actually fall into the eighth whole sign of the chart. So this is where you get your more localized, more personal interpretations for when these lunations occur. So if I were to read this chart and make some kind of predictions for how this full moon will play out for, say, the city, this is what I would do. I want to find exactly when the full moon is and then have an ascendant, right? I need an ascendant. I need a time of the chart to have a proper delineation. Anyway, I'm getting really technical with you guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's also talk a little bit about the Saturn ingress too, okay? So, yeah, so Infinitely Curious, I use Western Tropical, and actually I started the first kind of like style of astrology that I began with was actually Vedic, and I do know my Vedic chart pretty well, the sidereal Vedic specifically, but I actually find that tropical works better and is more grounded. So yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now this let me actually just go through the timing of this case. It's kind of crazy. So let's go 6-hour increments. Okay, so this is the exact moment of the full moon, right? Saturn's still in Aquarius. I'm just going to move it forward 6 hours. Boom. Within 6 hours, Saturn is ingressed. So literally later tonight, or later in the night, rather. This will be, hold on. I want to find a little bit more exact. And there are tools on the website to find the ingress exactly. I'm too lazy to go to that right now. I'm just going to use the scroll button. Wow. My gosh. It's at the same freaking time. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so there's the sun at 16 degrees 42 seconds, or 42 minutes rather. Moon is at 17, and Saturn is about to change signs. Wow, it's literally exact. So full moon happens, and then boom, Saturn changes. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Go 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's so wild. So the moon is still full, essentially. It's less than a degree from being exact, and then Saturn changes. So anyway, really, really fun. Fun times. Hi, Vinna. Welcome. Yeah, dude, obviously. Happy to answer any questions as we're going through. Yeah, Ariel, I'm really excited for spring too. Okay. So anyway, Saturn ingress into Pisces. What's up, Chance? Good to see you guys. Personally, I'm really excited for this change, this shift. I have already been seeing the effects of this in my own personal life, just with what Saturn represents in my chart, and I'm already seeing the patterns and stuff unfolding, which is really cool. I've never ceased. Astrology never ceases to amaze and delight me, and I hope that it does that for you guys as well. But I wanted to give you guys an example from my own chart, but kind of also just want to get into the signs. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, hold on. All right. What's up, Sage? Hello, Enoch. Good to see you, Sage. You don't need to be so shy. All right, so as always, as I'm going through the signs and talking about either the full moon or Saturn or whatever ends up coming up, keep in mind that I'm speaking from the perspective of your rising sign. So it will be most accurate if you listen to what your ascendant or your rising sign is, rather than your sun or your moon. Now, with that said, if you don't have a birth time, if you don't know when you were born, but let's say you know, like, hey, I was born during the day, or mom is insistent that I was born at night, then you can go by your sun or your moon. Sun for daytime, moon for nighttime. That'll be a little bit more accurate than just going with only your sun sign, especially for night chart people. What else do I want to say? I mean, of course, if you like to get really complex and in depth with it, you could listen to every sign and apply that to the different houses in your own chart. The OGs like to have and do that. uh, so you could definitely do that if you want. Oh yeah, well, thank you, Ariel. Yeah, I'm excited. Yes, ma'am. I just launched it just now, essentially. Yeah, so you can send people to my website now. It became very apparent that I needed a landing page. Essentially, what happened, real quick? All right, I had this offer put in front of me of, hey, I want you to do some work. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. But a bunch of beliefs really came up in directly associated with worthiness and with, am I even ready for that kind of stuff? And as I was examining those beliefs, I was reflecting on, like, okay, what is it exactly about how I'm set up now that is feeding into these beliefs? And it became really apparent that part of that was nobody can find me. You can't find me unless you know my name, right? Which of course the website name is a little bit long and complicated, but that's okay. I didn't have a landing site. I don't really have social media. This is pretty much it. So this offer of work really lit a fire under my ass to feel and look presentable, right? So that's what that's essentially what I did. It's like, okay, it's time to get the fucking website going. So so got it going. Picked a time to get the business name registry. Essentially, I want to be able to do everything above board and professionally and legitimately and not get boot fucked by Saturn. So here we are. Here we are. All right, let's get into this. I'm going to have an entirely different video specifically talking about Saturn in Pisces. We will get there, but right now, I just want to go through the signs, and we can talk about it briefly with each sign. Of course, I know I've been talking about it a lot already, so let's just break this down, shall we? So for Pisces, and for the people that are new, by the way, I start with Pisces and I go backwards. Sometimes, sometimes I feel like because of that, we get a little lost and we go a little meandery, but honestly, I think that's just me. I don't think it's because we start with Pisces. But anyway, Pisces, big freaking day. Big day for you guys. Full moon in your 7th house. This is the house of relationships. This is the house that deals with any significant one-on-one relationship, not just romantic. We're also talking business relationships. Anytime you sit down for like counseling or one-on-one conversation, you're activating your 7th house. Anytime you're signing a contract, you're activating the 7th house. But anyway, what do you need to clean up about your relationships or how you present in relationships? This is what the full moon is asking. Now, you now have a stellium in your 1st house. By tomorrow morning, it will be a 4-planet stellium. That's really intense. Saturn moving into your 1st house, it's really going to teach you maturity and discipline, right? These are the main themes of Saturn: maturity and discipline and mastery, honestly. So essentially, you're about to grow up. You're about to go through a 2.5 year period of learning how to grow up and gaining self-mastery, really. So without going into crazy detail, I think that's the best way to sum it up. This is nothing to be afraid of or scared about. Saturn is not not who you should blame if things are going sideways for you, right? If when, right? Not if, when obstacles are presented, when things don't go according to plan, or when things, fall through, or are much harder than you thought they were going to be. There's nobody to blame, right? It's not about blame. It's about pulling up your socks and getting to work, right? Dealing with it. How you react is 100% within your own control. So you can cry about it, you can get upset, you can get mad, and actually, I would say definitely move the energy, right? If you have an emotional reaction to, suddenly things getting much heavier and much harder. Or you can strengthen yourself, strengthen your resolve, strengthen your discipline, strengthen everything about yourself. Make sure that your life has some kind of framework to it, that you're using boundaries appropriately. These are Saturnian themes, and of course, in the sign of Pisces is going to be a little different. They're very very different energies, Pisces and Saturn. Pisces is water, and Saturn's a rock. So, so lots to think about. But again, if you're feeling any anxiety over this transit, don't. It's not anything to be anxious about. It's about like I said, growing. Yeah, upgrading 100%. You're leveling up, Pisces. This is about leveling up. So now what do the cards got to say? Yeah, dude. That's a big boat too. that sounds like the beginning to some crazy joke. Right? So and you know what? Okay, yeah. So the symbolism of Mercury diving into the sun right now is so crazy in Pisces. So just real quick, when a planet is moving towards the sun, or the sun is moving towards the planet in the case of Neptune, it was said once they disappeared from sight from the night sky that they were diving into the underworld. So here's Mercury literally diving into the underworld, the furnace of hell, or not hell. Yeah, we can use the Christian term, the furnace of the underworld, for purification, right? And it will actually happen right on top of Neptune in Pisces, which is often associated with like the spirit realm. So super interesting. And then Saturn is sometimes associated with being like a ferryman of the souls of the dead, right? Being that Saturn rules the 3D physical realm, and everything after Saturn is considered extra. Let's just say extra. So anyway, really, really fun symbolism going on there. I'm not gonna lie. What's up, Andy? Hey, girl, hey. All right, so we're just pulling for Pisces. So Pisces, what you got? We have the Knight of Cups. Very Piscean, very appropriate. We also have the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Interesting. So Pisces, it seems as though you are dealing with trying to figure out, just trying to figure out if there's some kind of deception going on, some kind of trickery. It could be all in your mind, though. This is something that's really important to note. Like, trying to cut through the fog and the confusion is sometimes a lot of trouble, right? Especially if you've got any kind of like intrusive thoughts, where something occurs, like say, since we're in a full moon, it's okay, Stacy, I started a bit early. So since we're in a full moon, we're activated in the 7th house. Let's say something goes down with your partner, and we got two people here, right? We got two people here. So something goes down with your partner and you're assuming the worst. I don't think it is what you think it is. I don't think that the deception is actually going down. I think that it could be really easy to get lost in illusions at the moment. I mean, the Queen of Wands came out upright, okay? She didn't come out upside down. I don't think that you're dealing with someone that is intentionally being shady or anything like that. I really think that it's going to be important for this full moon, if it's really affecting you, to ground down into your body. So I'll tell you real quick something that happened today as well. As soon as I woke up, I just wanted to eat vegetables and clean. like I wanted to eat clean, and I wanted a clean house, and I wanted to be clean. I wanted to feel cleansed. And it was very powerful. And I mean, this happens on other days, right? You wake up and you just want to eat better, or especially if you've been in, like myself, not eating well. But it was really pronounced today, and it can be so easy to get lost in your head and like ruminate on how unclean things are, right? Or how unorganized stuff is, and get a little bit crazy with it. And you start telling yourself these stories about like how the other person is doing this or the other person is doing that, but it's not often true. Oh, thanks, Andy. There's messages that I'm actually not getting on my end, so appreciate you mods being badass mods. So anyway, just if you have, a runaway thought train, rein it back in a little bit, and soothe it by just taking care of yourself, right? Taking care of your basic self-care, Pisces, is really important. So there's that. Yeah, actually, Saturn moving into the first house, your basic self-care is going to be really important to take care of. So do that. What's up, Edward? Mahalo. Oh, I just understood what you meant, Andy. That's funny. All right, Aquarius. So let me move this to Aqua. Do 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 do. Ba-chow. All right, gotta hit the button. Don't forget to hit the button. And while I'm changing this, don't forget to hit the like and help me get to 1,000 people. All right, so Aquarius, boom. Here we have an Aquarius rising chart. The full moon is happening in the 8th of Aquarius. So Aquarius, Virgo's your 8th house. And you've got this stellium in your 2nd. Woo! Woo! So for you, Aquarius, the full moon and also Saturn's ingress into your 2nd house will really be highlighting how you utilize your own resources and others' resources. Saturn specifically is going to be teaching you about fiscal responsibility. Literally, that's like quite literally one of the biggest things about Saturn in the 2nd house. How are your finances? Are you managing them appropriately? Are you investing them appropriately? And are you using, or when it comes to other people's resources, other people's stuff, which is the 8th house, are you being responsible, Saturn, about that as well? Right? Do you have excess debt that you need to take care of? Do you have obligations to other people that you need to take care of? Right? This is a huge 2nd, 8th house axis theme, is what we place a lot of value in. Saturn in the 2nd house is also going to be bringing up like, what do you put in your mouth? And is it, I mean, speaking of eating clean earlier, what do you put in your mouth? And are you being responsible about what you put in your mouth? So definitely some things to explore there. And also, like, the 2nd house, my teacher terms it values and valuables. So not just the things that we find valuable, the material things, especially Pisces, but also what what exactly are your values at this time? Um, do you value maturity as an example, since we're on Saturn? Or, do you value spirituality? Or do you value compassion? Trying to think up some Pisces themes for the second house. Anyway, big questions to ponder. This is a long transit, Saturn and Pisces, so take your time with it. It's not gonna all come out and finish and complete within a day. So there's that. Oh my gosh, the comments are blowing up. Love to see it. What's up, bird dog? Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I mean, so real quick, it's not about getting rid of it all right now, but have a plan, right? Saturn wants you to have a plan. The whole thing, the whole thing with Saturn in the second is all about teaching maturity. Um, and having okay, so Saturn, the archetype, is about the long term, right? What's going to last well into the future for the next 7 generations. Saturn is about building a strong foundation with a strong architecture, right? These are some really important themes, and having boundaries with yourself. So when it comes to for Aquarius rising, especially Saturn in the second house, having debt isn't a bad thing, right? Not necessarily, unless you're being blackmailed with it. Sorry. But what Saturn is going to teach you in the second house is the way you're living sustainable right now, and do you have a plan, right, to squash that debt and invest it back into yourself, and invest that money that you would be planning to your debt back into yourself. So do you have a budget? Really simple, basic things like that about how to structure your finances are going to come up. So anyway. What's up, PK? Alrighty. No, I think I said that. Squashing that now. Heck yes, Stacy. You go, girl. And I mean, just because you're not an Aquarius rising doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a budget. I heard some of the best freaking advice about Saturn the other day. This came from Kapil Raj, KRS Astrology. He said, when you're about to experience a Saturn transit and you're worried, the best thing to do is to take care of it right away, and to be taking care of all 12 of your houses every day anyway. And then when Saturn transits a house, you're already taking care of those things, right? There, you'll still experience obstacles. You'll still experience that sounds like something that Gabe would say. Yep. Anyway, you're still going to experience both the negative and the positive sides of Saturn, but the negatives, they say, at least this is according to Kapila Raj, will be lessened because you're already taking care of those things. So what I mean by that is, if any of you have debt, or you're not using a budget, or you're not, working with structuring your finances, take care of those things now. And then, you'll have a lot less to worry about when Saturn comes around. So anyway. It was genius advice. I'm like, just take responsibility for everything. I love it. What's up, FRC? Yeah, dude. Lots of legends in the chat. It's a good time. Honestly, Gabe, I would expect something about never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, Aquarius. Let's focus here. 8th house lunation, eh? Whoa. Damn, Aqua. Yeah, there it is. Now you know it's Gabe. Oh no, there it is. uh, yeah. Mm, life is not comfortable. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Yes. That's so exciting, Edward. I'm excited for you. Ooh, okay. I'm excited for you to begin your astrology journey now that you know your exact birth time. So fuck yeah, dude. Okay, so anyway, Aquarius. We we have the King of Wands. He came out right away. So Aqua. Feeling on top of the world. Are you? I love the King of Wands. He's a very Leo energy. He's very regal. He's passionate. He's a leader. He leads from the heart. Um, he's inspired. He will wow you with his creativity and with his royal airs. He's very he can be very playful. Right now in this image, he doesn't look very playful. He looks rather stern, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's this deck. Yeah, he looks super serious. This is the king that I thought was a queen. I feel bad for that, but yeah, that's okay. He looks super serious, so I wonder if the weight of the crown, right? I wonder if the weight of the crown is feeling like a little bit much. Nail Aqua, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, next two cards, we got the Four of Wands. This often, to me, speaks of some kind of celebration or coming together of two energies, sometimes two households. But anyway, it's a celebration. So what are you celebrating? That's really fun. And I mean, considering we have this 8th house lunation going on, you could really be this is getting ready, or it's already happening, inviting someone into your castle. That's what that feels like. And then we got Lady Justice. Hello, Lady Justice. So this is number 11, the major arcana representing Libra. Wow. You know what? I could see Aquarius being the kind of I mean, really, this is smart and responsible, but I can see Aquarius being the kind of individual to, even when moving in with somebody, have a prenup ready to go, contracts ready to go. Like, all right, yes, things are amicable right now. However, I don't know what you're going to try and do to me 10 years down the road. So here's a prenup, please sign. Which honestly is fucking smart. I think everybody should do it, because you never know how things are going to go. And it's about protecting everybody, not just yourself and your own assets. But anyway, I mean, that's just what this feels like right off the bat. You have your kingdom and you're happy there. I mean, the 4 is about seeking stability as well. Oh, I love that. Developing an app for the public to communicate with police. And his Mercury was in Capricorn. Fun. Okay. So anyway, really interesting pole, Aquarius. How else could this be? You know what? This also kind of feels like this is you trying to manage your own kingdom, right? With the 4, we're seeking stability. We're hoping to achieve that stability by inviting other people into the picture. And then, of course, with Lady Justice, she's always about seeking balance and making sure that things are fair and equitable Also very Aquarian words, to be perfectly honest. And underneath the deck Aquarius, we have the Two of Wands. So to continue on from the last few readings I had for you, Aquarius, you're still on top of the world. You're still you're still looking to dominate. And with the Two of Wands energy, it's very much about individuating as well, breaking away from some kind of collective. So I don't know, and that's weird. That's a weird thing to say for Aquarius specifically, because you guys are very collective oriented. Yeah, but there you have it. That's what you're working on right now. So, and that's not a bad thing. Okay. What's up, Jenny B? Thank you for the really beautiful testimonial that you wrote for me. I will be putting it on my website ASAP. Oh yeah, Chance. I launched my website, just so you know. KayleeBurkena.com is live. I'm sure you already know. You know, word gets around fast. Capricorn. So Capricorn. This full moon happened in your 9th house, or is happening rather. Is about to happen in your 9th house. Is the house of publications, right? For one, teaching is another theme seen in the 9th house. It's really what the best way to look at it, I think, is it's the as my teacher puts it, the temple or the university that you need to study in. So anyway, 9th house lunation associated with publications. So right, I announced my website as Cap Rising. Announced my website. Took a couple of moments to teach you guys something, to show you how to look at these full moons in your own chart. And yeah, so I guess I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'm still deciding how much I want to share with you guys. It's really hard. Anyways, Saturn moving into the 3rd house. This is fascinating. So big old stellium in the 3rd house. This is all 3rd house has a lot of themes associated with it, but one of the biggest ones is it's your neighborhood. It's your tools, your skills, right? Toolbox. How you communicate, 3rd house. Siblings is 3rd house. And it's your neighborhood. If when we're talking in terms of like your friend groups and social media and stuff, 3rd house is sometimes associated with social media, but not the far distant friends that you're only acquaintances with. We're talking about your next door neighbors, right? You know, growing up, how you always had, well, okay, I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but there was always my first best friend, other than my sister, which is, you know, siblings, other than my little sister, literally 3rd house little sister. One of my best friends growing up was our next door neighbor. She was the same age as my sister and I. And like we hung out with her all together, literally playing in between our houses. That is the 3rd house. So Saturn moving into your 3rd house will really be bringing the focus to home. Like home is 4th house, but what are you doing in your neighborhood lately? Do you have network connections that are local, right? Like we live in a very global culture, right? A very interconnected culture. But like, what are you doing locally in your neighborhood? I'll share real quick. I started doing tarot readings literally across the alleyway from where I live. So very much utilizing a Piscean skill set, right? There's a bit of, or a heavy dose of compassion and empathy needed to do any kind of work like this, any kind of esoteric stuff. And of course, it's partially a Jupiterian or Piscean skill set to read tarot cards. I actually think it's I don't know. I think it's equally Mercury and Pisces, or equally Mercury and Jupiter. And yeah. So anyway, it went really well. They don't have alleyways in Canada. How do you know, PK? You ever been here? Aw, thanks, buddy. I do my best. I do my best. Oh man. Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, yeah. How do you know? I heard an American friend once say that all of Canada is connected by one road, and you're not wrong. There's two though. Oh my gosh. All right. What? They don't have alleyways in where you are now? What? What? My gosh. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry, guys. This is the game. Really. This is the chat's game. For the people that are new, they love distracting me. They think it's fucking hilarious. And it is. All right, so Capricorn, lots of really cool stuff going on. I'm really excited for Saturn to change signs for you guys, and I'm also really excited for Pluto to change signs later this month. But that is a conversation for not today. So, oh man. All right, Capricorn. Oh Jesus. Oh my God. Okay. So we got the Seven of Pentacles. This is why I laughed. All right. I'm like, of course. Of course. Of course. And then the Seven of Cups. Yeah, of course. You fucking guys. And then the Three of Wands. All right. So Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups came out right away. So Capricorn, as always, we are talking about what is the long-term game plan, right? 2 sevens coming out while there's 22 in the chat. That's significant. So the 7 to me is always talking about some kind of initiation or challenge that you're being put through that is helping you to level up. The 7 is the last stop in that particular octave. The 8 is a new octave. It's a new level. It's a new phase. So right now, we're literally, as I'm speaking, Saturn's in the last degree of Aquarius. We are completing a cycle, finishing out something, and getting ready for the next phase. With the 7 of Pentacles coming out, with the 7 of Cups right after, damn, there's challenges that you're facing right now, setbacks, stuff that you didn't expect, but boom, there it is. What's up, Saturn? And did you have something else planned? Right? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have something that you're working on that is meant to be specifically for that rainy day when those crazy obstacles or unexpected things come in? With the 7 of Cups as well, be very careful as Saturn enters into Pisces that you don't get lost in illusions. This will be a challenge, right? It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting. Pisces is, yes, it's spiritual, it's beautiful, it's all about empathy, and it can be about glamour, Hollywood, illusions, addiction, escapism, right? So screw you guys. Anyway, illusions, right? So confusion too, right? Confusion, it can be associated with these things. With Saturn moving in here, Saturn being your planet, your chart ruler for your Cap rising, this is like being in your realm, being in your kingdom. You have all of the tools that you need to get the job done and to be your most responsible, most stoic self. And then you're diving off of a diving board into the fucking ocean. And by the way, it's Mariana's Trench. Have fun. I hope you brought your scuba gear and a pressure tank or something. Oh my gosh. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Try to go with the flow. You know what I mean? Try to go with the flow and continue doing whatever it is whatever direction you had already started in, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't take any detours, or try not to, unless the flow is leading you on that detour. You know what I mean? With the Three of Wands being the final card in the spread, though, it's fantastic. I mean, there's something that you've done already that has helped you individuate, that has helped you set out on your own. And now you're finding stability in that thing. So just keep swimming. Facts. Just keep swimming. Yeah, exactly. Do that. So just keep swimming. 100%. Oh, we're allowed to leave, kind of. We're allowed to leave. They technically they can't stop us. They can't stop us. Most of the travel restrictions for Canada have dropped now. They pretty much scrapped their Arrive Can program. So that's the thing. That's really good, and I'm hoping that the states drops some of their stuff that they got going on too, because I have a wedding to go to in Cali. So California, I'm gonna hit you up. Okay. The app was complete bullshit, but let's not get into that. Anyway, I just want to finish out Capricorn real quick here. So underneath the deck cap, we have the king. Oh my god, I almost called it the queen again. The King of Wands. So we have this underlying energy of really feeling like being on top of the world. And also the ability to sustain whatever inspiration you've got going for you right now, right? That's the king, I feel. He's carrying out what the queen sparked. So he's carrying out and continuing the sustaining energy. So again, I come back to just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Ignore the distractions wherever possible. Continue down the long-term plan, or continue with your long-term plan, and you'll be fine. Sagittarius, sage guitarist. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Ba-dam. Okay. Ta-da. So for Sag, for you guys, full moon is happening in your 10th house. This is the house of obligations, your image according to the public, oftentimes career, like career and career goals can be seen in the 10th, how you're perceived, and also authority figures. Traditional, like old school traditional astrology, this is the house of mom. New modern astrology, and even all of the Vedic astrologers I have heard talk about this also consider this to be father. But regardless, whichever parent you associate Virgo with more, it doesn't really matter. It's a parent. Oh, snap. What? In May, though? In May? Because that would be pretty cool. If it was the same trip, I'd probably shit my pants. Not really, but what's really fun, guys, real quick before I talk about Sagittarius. So there's this idea in astrology, in old school traditional Hellenistic astrology, called profections, where every year of your life and every month, every day, is reflected in your horoscope, where each year is a new house or a new sign and a new planetary ruler. It's called the Time Lord technique, or profections. This year for me is an 8th house year. Next year is a 9th house year. So on my birthday, it changes from 8th house to 9th house. 9th house is about travel and pilgrimages. The wedding I have to go to is the day after my birthday. So I'll be traveling on my birthday when it changes over into a 9th house year. Isn't that fun? That's fun. I've been summoned. Hi, Michelle. Yeah. Okay, anyway, back to Sagittarius. Speaking of travel, love you guys. All right, so Sag. So again, just to reiterate, I'm speaking about this primarily from a rising sign perspective. But again, if you don't know your birth time, it's okay to go from your sun or moon. Um, but it'll be more accurate if you go from your ascendant. Okay, so Sagittarius, full moon in the 10th house. Something about career is either culminating, coming to a close, finishing, or going to a new phase. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like a full moon in the 10th house is you're graduating in something, completing something, finishing something. Yeah, we'll leave that at that for now. Now, Saturn moving into your 4th house. 4th house is the house of home. It's your ancestry. It's what keeps you rooted. It's always interesting to me to ask the question, how is Sagittarius rooted in Pisces? If the Sagittarian quest is literally the quest, haha. But if they're literally on a quest, the quest for truth and the quest for meaning, the quest for knowledge, they're rooted in compassion, question mark. They're rooted in spirituality. I mean, that makes sense if you think about Sagittarius as religion. Yeah, so really interesting things to ponder. But they're also the 4th house, again, with it being ancestry and Saturn moving in here. It could actually be one of the themes that is likely to play out is you looking more deeply into some of your ancestry and maybe even wanting to put down roots of your own, right? 4th house roots, home, Saturn, a strong foundation. So you're wanting and desiring, and maybe even potentially there's some anxiety around not having a strong root or a strong foundation, if that's you, and wanting to strengthen it, wanting to make it more stable, more long lasting. These are Saturn words. So some really interesting stuff, Sagittarius. Wow, literally, I'm talking about wanting to root down. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, what's up, Nicholas? Hey. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you for blowing up my chat. Appreciate you. Okay. So Sagittarius, I'm talking about wanting to root down and wanting to create a stable foundation for yourself from which you can grow from. And the first card that comes out is the 10 of Cups, which is a Pisces card, by the way. 3rd deck in Pisces. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If that's your goal, right? If that is the long-term goal, you want a legacy for yourself, which is kind of a 10th house theme. If you want if you want to reach the highest heights that you want, right, that you desire, that you deserve, you need a solid base from which to launch from. Saturn is going to really be teaching you and getting you to look at the nuts and bolts of everything going on at home, in your personal private life. 4th house is also, I didn't mention this yet, but 4th house is also about one way to look at it is, who are you when you are perfectly safe? What are your deepest desires that are private, that you don't tell to anybody else, that you keep to yourself? Damn, FRC. That's intense. But anyway, so to reach that highest height, you need a strong base. This is what Saturn is teaching you. So full moon is maybe revealing even what an aspect or a theme or a goal that you have for that legacy, right? What do you want? What do you want to see? What do you want to live? Or how do you want to live, right? What will be the thing that will bring you the most happiness, the most fulfillment? And then we got Judgment. Boom. It's a call to action. You're being summoned, Sagittarius. Summoned for a new quest. Crystal ball, perfect timing, Nicholas. Summoned for a new quest. What is this quest? I can't tell you. That's for you to decide. Probably has something to do with the Saturn transit, though, not gonna lie. And then we got the 9 of Wands. Nine of Wands, the Lord of great strength. How do you sharpen a sword? I was dreaming about sharpening blades last night. Legit. How do you sharpen a knife? How do you sharpen a blade, a cutting instrument, something that you want to be precise? Well, you don't sharpen it with cardboard, I'll tell you that. You don't sharpen it with wood. You sharpen it with something that's harder than the iron itself, right? On a stone, a special kind of stone. Yeah, exactly. So when you are faced with challenges, with restrictions, with obstacles, when you are almost to completion, when you've almost finished something and then something comes up and it's like, boom, roadblock. Here's a wall for you that you have to navigate. What do? I think, Sagittarius, you have the resolve to push through and complete those things, especially if you're following a calling, especially if you're being summoned or pushed or encouraged by something bigger than yourself. That's what the Nine of Wands is really all about, is pushing through and completing things, even if it's hard, even if it hurts, even if it sucks. There's also an element here, because this is a Sagittarius card, about needing to believe in yourself. Do you believe in yourself, Sagittarius? Do you believe in yourself? I think you should. Oh my gosh. Yeah, J-Lo. My parents were not butchers. I watched my dad sharpen knives, but I never got any lessons. And that's crazy, FRC. Someday I hope that you tell the whole story. Small town revolution. Oh boy. Okay, Sagittarius, what else do I got to say? I don't know, it kind of just feels like the next, or not the next, but satisfaction is like just around the corner. There's like just a couple more things you got to do and take care of. A couple more tasks from the great taskmaster. Okay. Weird. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great skill. Sharpening your own knives is a great skill. Definitely makes cutting tomatoes less painful. But seriously, in my dream, I was working with a couple of different cutting instruments. Not all of them were knives, but they were blades of some kind, right? And I had tried to do it myself, had done it a few times, but I had totally messed it up because I've never been shown how to do it properly in person, not YouTube videos. And I needed help. I needed assistance. So somebody else came in and was assisting me with sharpening these blades. And I think it's really interesting, just considering that Saturn in my chart, right? Saturn is moving into my third whole sign of tools. And I was thinking about sharpening a tool. Anyway, dreaming about sharpening tools. And it's like Saturn moving into Capricorn's third house is going to be like forcing them to gain mastery over some of these tools that they have that, maybe they need more teaching, or maybe they need more guidance in how to do it. So anyway, Scorpio. Sword on the stone. Facts. Yes. Yes. I'm glad. I don't know. I feel like the personal stories really help a lot. So I'm glad that it gave you an aha moment, JLo. All right. What did I just miss here? Okay, Andy, I'll remind you, you don't get orbs. Okay, so Scorpio, full moon in the 11th house. With the 11th house, we're talking about your wider social network, but also rewards and the long term goals that you have specifically to do with your career. Yeah, a few things going on with the 11th house. Largely speaking, on a high level, zoomed out view, it's groups. The groups that you belong to, the organizations that you belong to. And for Scorpio rising specifically, they have a Virgoan kind of theme to them, whether they're health related groups or whether they are, I don't know, mercurial in nature. We can dissect that later, but full moon in the 11th house, hopefully what you're seeing with this lunation is some kind of completion or reward coming in, right? Or you're just, well, with Virgo, it's cleaning up cleaning up some of the groups that you belong to, maybe organizing or eliminating some of the groups that you don't want to belong to anymore. That's definitely a possibility. Yeah. Anyway, Saturn moving into your 5th house. Well, that's a little trickier to talk about. So 5th house has to do with fun and romance and risk. And with Saturn moving into here, well, this is where you're going to be growing up and maturing for over the next 2.5 years. As far as like raising children go, or starting, or working on hobbies, these are 5th house themes. And Saturn wants you to be structured and disciplined, right? So when it comes to children specifically, being a little bit more disciplined and structured with their routine, or needing to develop that, for yourself. When it comes to romance, maybe I would hesitate to say that Saturn in the 5th blocks or obstructs romance, but maybe some Libra rising folks can tell us about it, right? Because they just experienced it. But what I would say definitely is when it comes to dating, Saturn is asking you to be more mature. So if there's different patterns that you've got playing out in your own life and they're not good for you, right? They're unhealthy patterns. Saturn will be teaching you some lessons. So embrace them, right? Again, like I said at the beginning, it's all about how you respond or react. When it comes to, your artwork, any kind of creative expression, whether it's a hobby or whether it's an artistic pursuit, something that brings you pleasure, I would never suggest that Saturn stops you from experiencing pleasure. That's ridiculous. But he'll be encouraging you to go about it in a more disciplined, regular way, right? How about, how's your time management skills? Do you find it easy to get lost in your art? And are there maybe some other things that you need to take care of too at the same time? Things like that. It's teaching you moderation, really. Saturn in the 5th. That's first card out, 2 of Pentacles. Yep, it's teaching you moderation. Double the pleasure, double the fun. Oh, Andy. Yeah. Love you. Double the flags, double the fun. Yep. I love that. That's super cool. Okay, real quick. Because Saturn is like rigid boundaries and Pisces is the exact opposite of that, what I could see happening, and also what has been echoed throughout the last couple times Saturn was in Pisces, is there can be a dissolving, or not necessarily dissolving, but a permeability of certain boundaries. And it can be easier for people to connect over crazy long distances, which is weird to say in the age of the internet, but last time Saturn was in Pisces, AOL online became a new thing. Um, so anyway, just putting that out there. Love you too, buddy. Okay, Scorpio. So moderation, right? We're learning moderation. The Two of Pentacles is sometimes referred to as harmonious changes. So what kind of changes do you need to make to, how you have fun and what kind of exactly how you have fun, but also your like risk management. Do you need to adjust things there? Probably. We're seeking balance. And literally all of the cards just came out Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so Two Pentacles was just talking about that. Yeah, dude, I still remember my first AOL online account name, okay? Yeah, that's a thing. I don't think it exists anymore. Remember AIM? Yeah, anyway. Seven of Pentacles is the next thing that came out. Managing risk. Fifth house has a lot to do with risk. Gambling is seen in the fifth house, especially, right? Risk, money, big wins, big losses, and it's a game. It's gamified money. So that's fifth house. How do you manage risk? How do you feel about that? Again, do you have anything planned for when things go wrong, right? Do you have anything saved for when things go wrong? Do you have a long-term investment plan? That's more the 11th and 8th house, I'd say, but we still got that. The full moon is highlighting the 11th house anyway. And I'll reiterate again, probably every single time that I pull a 7, but the 7 is an initiation, right? It's an obstacle being thrown in your path that you are needing to figure out how to responsibly manage in order to reach the next level of whatever it is that you're trying to do. And when we're talking about hobbies and pleasures, are you spending more than you actually can afford on those things? And then we have the King of Pentacles. So I see this week for you, Scorpio, you're going to be focused. Dude, yeah. Invest in if you want to be an evil genius like Aquarius, invest in health insurance companies. Yeah. Damn. Okay, so anyway, Scorpio. The King of Pentacles is very stable. Very mindful of input and output for resources. He is also very sensual, very earthy, very much in tune with the earth goddess. And I feel like with all this Pentacles stuff and all this talk about money and whatnot, I think that it's important that you don't get too caught up in that and remember to connect to the sensual, intuitive, and artistic side of life. While Saturn's transiting your fifth, don't like ignore fun. Try not to be so serious, and keep actively connecting, with the themes of that house, with your inner child, or with your creative self. Just do so in a mature and adult way. That's all. What's up, Romy? You came just in time for your sign, and I'm done. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Don't listen to me for financial advice. Okay. I'm not a financial person. All right, Libra. Libra, Libra. I think I sing your name every time. So for you, Libra, full moon is happening in your 12th house. 12th house is the house of the hidden, the subconscious. Sometimes it is referred to as the place of our own undoing. It's what we want to bury about ourselves, what we don't want to acknowledge is true about ourselves or even there. Is often associated with spirituality, with isolation, or with foreign travels, going to a place where you don't know the language and you're from an entirely different culture and you feel like you're isolated, but really you could be surrounded by tons of people. Just, if you're not able to communicate with them, can be a potentially a lonely experience. When you go into meditation, this is the 12th house. When you're sleeping, this is the 12th house. So many examples of 12th house stuff. So anyway, the full moon in the 12th house, I encourage you to take care of your mental and spiritual health today. And do so by engaging in practices that help you sync body and mind. Another really big theme with the 12th and 6th houses also is like charity. The 12th house has to do with charity. So giving things away for the benefit of others. In Vedic astrology, the 12th house is also linked with our ancestry. So anyway, it's a lot of themes. It's a lot of themes. They're all loosely related. But with Saturn moving into your 6th house, this is really teaching you maturity and discipline in the way of your daily habits, your routines, the stuff that you do on a daily basis without even thinking about it. So, yeah, definitely something to think about if you feel like you need to work on your physical health, which everybody does, but if you feel like that's something that really needs attention, definitely do so, right? Incorporate things into your daily regimen that are Piscean in nature. So I don't know, Libra rising, how do you feel about swimming? Just as an example, how do you feel about swimming? Or if you live in a nice climate, wakeboarding or surfing or playing in the water, basically. If that's something you can incorporate on a daily basis, I mean, I live in Canada, it would have to be an indoor pool for me, but that's something that you could consider to really help you with your physical health. Another thing is like working with I don't know, Pisces feels very artistic to me. So, you could be incorporating some artistic practices on a daily basis to help you with your mental and physical health and well-being, right? There's lots of stuff you can do with this, but essentially you're leveling up your health, you're leveling up your routine. 6th house is also associated with like our daily work. So 10th house is career and where we're reaching, what we're reaching for, the larger goals with your career and also your public image. 6th house is the day-to-day activities of that, right? So the mundane, monotonous, tedious tasks that you have to take care of in order for this to even operate, that's your 6th house. Saturn is, time management would be a huge theme for Libra for the next couple of years, working with timing apps or just making sure that you're sticking to some kind of a schedule. I mean, it doesn't have to be a super strict and rigid schedule, especially with it being Pisces. It's okay for there to be some flexibility, obviously, and I would encourage flexibility actually, but some kind of schedule still. Oh, that's fun. That's cute. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was catching up with the chat. JLo is the most magical being I've probably ever met. Just hands down. Just saying. All right, Libra. Still 22 in the chat. Interesting. It's hovered around there, and we're 122 into the stream. That's fun. Very fun. And I'm about to pull cards for the goddesses. Yo, snap. All right, Libra, what do we got for you? As expected, with it being a Virgo full moon, I'm pulling out a lot of Pentacle cards. And speaking of, actually, since we're halfway through, I just want to stretch real quick. Ooh, yep. That's nice. So while I'm stretching, make sure if yeah, everybody take a stretch break, but also make sure you hit the thumbs up and help me get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start doing super chats. Oh yeah, you should, Chance. Lead by example, bruh. Mr. Leo. So we're just taking a stretch break, everybody, because we've been streaming for an hour and a half. Woo. Ricardo, what's up? What's up? Oh, Ricardo, love you, buddy. All right. Yeah, I was watching this other astrologer, Spencer Mishad. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. He takes a stretch break like every 30 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta do that." Yeah. Okay. Hey, guess what, everybody? I'm human. Yeah, I got water. No, thanks, Nicholas. I love singing. I don't know what I would do to take a potty break. I would take a bio break. I have to I don't know. I have to put on a song or something for you guys and then just run away. Okay, Libra. What I got for you guys? Right as I'm contemplating, okay. 6-12 house axis. What comes out is the Hierophant and the 9 of Pentacles. So in relation to the astrology especially, it is super important for you to remain grounded as often as possible. The Hierophant is the major arcana card for Taurus, all about the earthy 5 senses. It's also, to me, it talks about the wisdom inherent in the body. Both this card and the Hermit, it's like a different kind of wisdom. The Hierophant, I feel, is teaching people, but by example. So I do need a musical interlude with Mooney graphics. That would be so badass. Okay, I'm gonna hire somebody. Anyway, the Hierophant kind of like teaches people, and almost changes people, but by example. It's not by force. It's because they embody that energy themselves, and that is how they teach. So that's really cool. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is interesting. This to me is about independent wealth. So what I'm seeing with this, okay, Saturn is moving into your 6th. We've got this full moon in your 12th. Really the biggest focus, yes, tonight there's 12th house stuff going on. Pay attention to your dreams, definitely, all right? But Saturn's moving into your 6th. Think about what you want to accomplish for yourself financially. Where do you want to go, and what do you want to do with those things? There's so much earth, so much friggin' earth. Literally all 3 of these cards are pentacles in some fashion. And earthy. What is true freedom? Okay, when I see the 9 of Pentacles, my eyes always pick out the bird. What is true freedom? How do you actually achieve that? A phrase that comes to mind is your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. And I think that that's going to be a big theme for you for the next couple of years, Libra. Your health is your wealth. And when you experience challenges and setbacks and obstacles, it's important to just keep going and make sure that you've got, I think I say the same thing for this card every time. Make sure that you have something for the days when things get hard, right? I'm not encouraging hoarding or anything like that. And we're not talking about the 2nd house anyway, but do you have a plan, or at the very least an idea of what you're going to do when things with your routine go a little crazy, or things with work go a little crazy, or get a little harder? What are you going to do? I think you're about to work a lot harder, and I think that if you continue that process and just continue to plug away at it every single day, this is what you will be rewarded with. The 9 of Pentacles, huge rewards. It's just there's some steps that have to be taken care of first. That's what I'm seeing with this. What's up, Jake? Oh, to PK, peace out. Yeah, so this is a great moment. A great moment to just remind you guys, Saturn's moving into Pisces. It'll be, I think I am going to predict that it will be maybe easier for us to put boundaries around our own like psychic energy. We might be challenged, but that'll be a big theme for everybody is yes, have empathy, but not misplaced empathy, right? Like it's an important thing to have, to be human, and we never want to stop being human, but at the same time, like, don't have idiot compassion. That's a hard thing, a very hard lesson of my life personally, is having so much compassion for other people that you forget to have it for yourself, or you place yourself as lesser value, and then you're taken advantage of. So nice. Okay. Saturn moves tomorrow morning, like right now. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we pulled for Libra. We pulled for Libra, getting sidetracked. Virgo. Virgo, all eyes on me. Full moon in your sign, my friends. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Is everything perfect enough? Are you clean enough? Have you organized enough? I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. I love you guys. Virgo is a great example for me. Literally. Okay, so anyway, Virgo, full moon in your house. Woohoo! Yeah. How you feeling? How you feeling today? Um, it was an emotional moon for me today, but like, how are you guys doing? Just checking in. Check in with your local Virgo. How are you? um, yeah, I mean, first house again. First house is about your body, your path, what the biggest themes that you're learning to embody, literally embodiment in this life. So with the Virgo path, it's about well, it's about service. It's about being of service to a higher calling, maybe. Is definitely has a lot to do with, organizing thoughts and measuring things and being precise and seeking perfection. Saturn moving into your seventh house is going to be interesting. This is seventh house. So if first house is me, seventh house is we, right? This is me, this is my partner. This is me, this is you. Saturn moving into the seventh house is very interesting. It is essentially the energy of bringing more maturity into your personal relationships. If the contracts that you have signed are out of integrity, then they will dissolve, right? They will be dissolved. No matter who or what the culprit is. And it could just be that, some contracts just come to an end, right? Sometimes it's just time to end things in order to be, in order to move that energy somewhere else that it's, more desired. Saturn wants you, again, to go for the long-term thing. So if you are in a partnership, or you want to enter into a partnership, Saturn wants you to pick somebody that is mature enough that'll be in it for the long haul. It's not a quick fling when Saturn's in the seventh. And that goes for your business partnerships as well as who you choose to spend, your romantic days with. Your business partnerships need to be of the highest integrity. They need to be long term, right? That's what Saturn is encouraging anyway. The moon is looking spicy tonight. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with the chat. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Wish wisely, my friends. With responsibility. Oh man. Okay, yeah, there's no way. There's no way I can keep up with you guys. Too much. Too much. Don't stop though. All right, so Virgo, as I was talking about what I was just talking about with you, and partnerships, especially partnerships, but also how you feel within your own body, since that is where the yeah, PK, it's sad out there. Anyway, since this full moon is in your first house, we're talking about your body, especially for the full moon. And then, of course, the lovely Saturn moving into your seventh house. As I was talking about all this stuff about partnership, look who pops out. What's up, Venus? So there's the Empress. There's this divine feminine energy of abundance. And I saw Ariel in the chat speaking about being provided for by universe. 100% speak that into existence, definitely. So Virgo, as you are taking care of yourself right? Moon in the first house, taking care of yourself, your self-care, your own needs, and reminding yourself that, hey, if I want to be if I want to be of service to anybody else, my own cup must be full. You're really embodying this beautiful divine feminine energy and attracting what you need towards you. And then, as I was speaking about, if a contract is not, of the utmost integrity, is not built on a solid foundation, then it will dissolve. Well, then we got the Seven of Swords that came out literally as I was talking about that. So, if something is not meant to be, if something is not built to last long term, it'll break down. There'll be, things that'll happen that ultimately is for your higher good. So there might be some particularly difficult and painful situations going on this week that are really just illuminating for you, because the sun came out next, literally illuminating for you what you don't want in relationship and what you do want in relationship, because the sun came out next. So don't stop attracting things to yourself that you want, right? That will assist you on your journey. And if and when things go sideways, because of your own actions or because of somebody else's actions, again, the sevens are about an initiation, a challenge. It's presenting you an opportunity to level up. It wouldn't be a Saturn transit if you didn't have some kind of opportunity to pull up your socks and like step into the ring, so to speak. But anyway, I freaking love that your reading is ending with the sun. It's fantastic, right? It's freedom and joy and celebration, and again, like I said, illuminating what needs to change or what needs to be strengthened, or what needs to be celebrated, right? All of those things. So PK, you actually did manage to get a telescope, or they won't let you because it's too precious. Dude, I would love a telescope. A drill or a pressure washer, but not a telescope. That's a damn shame. I love that song, Nicholas. I love that song. Okay. So Virgo, you got this. You got this, Virgo. Leo. That is badass. I'm so excited for you. Here's to astronomy and learning. Cheers. It's so funny to me on the StreamYard side of things. I can't see most of the emojis, most of the special ones anyway. I just see the text of what they're supposed to be. Hand, purple, blue, peace. Goat. Turquoise, white horns. Okay. And then Saturn, planet orange, purple rings. Saturn. So funny. Okay. Leo. Sage, I'm awake. Okay, good. Everybody welcome Sage. I just did a natal chart reading for him, and he's a badass. So. Okay, so Leo. So full moon just happened in your second house, and Saturn is moving into your eighth house. So we've got this second eighth house axis being highlighted today, this week. And of course, Saturn will be in your eighth house for the next 2.5 years. So anyway, full moon in the second house. What are your values? What is it that you do or have, or even believe about yourself? Whoa, sorry, messing things up. Yeah, that is specifically Virgo in nature. So, what are your biggest values right now? I think that the full moon is really highlighting something for you, something that's important for you to pay attention to that is specifically to do with either how you make money right now or what you believe you're worth right now. Um, do you feel that you are worth what you're being paid? Do you feel that you're worth more? Um, but more than that, what are some of your other values that are being highlighted right now? Um, do you value family time? Do you value privacy? Do you value being of service? Do you value your health? Do you value, spirituality? I'm throwing freedom. I'm throwing some things out here, right? But anyway, second house is all about values, and with it being a full moon in Virgo tonight, maybe you're trimming up some of that stuff and reassessing some of that stuff, maybe, or reorganizing actually uh, the importance that you place on some of those particular things, right? Second house also has to deal with like what we put in our mouth, so I'd be really curious what you felt like eating today. Yeah, I told a story earlier about I woke up today and I literally just wanted to eat veggies and like smoothies. That's all I wanted was just healthy stuff. But like, no more grease, done. Okay, anyway, Saturn moving into the eighth house is going to be really interesting. Um, with the eighth house, one of the biggest themes that I think you'll see play out, there will be many, but one of the biggest ones is shared resources and shared values. Now, how are your boundaries, with your own money? And how are your boundaries with other people's money? Um, are you able to say no if someone asks you to pay for something? Um, Saturn, by the way, is the power to say no. I think that this will be a really good time for you to learn about, being a lot more responsible with other people's resources. Now, eighth house can also talk about the occult, inheritances, the dead. Pisces on the eighth house is super interesting. And with Saturn transiting through here, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, depends on how the rest of your chart is set up, really, but Saturn could be bringing to the surface. How do I say this? Almost like more maturity and more discipline when you're going to not necessarily study, but look into occult stuff, occult topics. And again, I just keep coming back to the idea of Saturn being boundaries. What kind of content are you consuming as far as like conspiracy and occult stuff goes? And do you need better boundaries around what you're consuming? Um, right? And yeah, I don't know. I think that's really all I can really say about that house at the moment. Oh no, FRC. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys. Yes, ma'am. It should be working correctly. So, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. I gotta like, in order to wrench people, I gotta open up YouTube. Oh my goodness. What are we at? 146. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good for time. Good job, guys. Opening up the YouTube. Can I do it faster from my phone? Good question. You need clarification on what are occult topics? Oh my god, dude. No, you don't. No, you don't. Shut up. Oh man. Saturn in your sauerkraut. Yeah. Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on. Would placenta be occult or no? Depends. Are you talking about what to do with the placenta? You know what, Chance? Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so anyway, Leo, do you want your cards or not? Okay, stop it. All right, where the fuck was I? Saturn in the 8th. Oh, I'm really curious. So some, not all, but some Leo risings. Okay, let me bring it full screen here. Some Leo risings, as Saturn's been going through the 7th house, have been making really good long-term relationship connections. Right? For example, I think like I just want to do I want to talk about no, I'm really you're welcome, buddy. Don't fuck it up. No, I'm going to skip that. Yeah. Some Leo risings, right? You guys, just because Saturn was in your 7th house, right? Aquarius, doesn't mean that you didn't create new relationships. It doesn't mean that you automatically broke up with somebody, right? Because we have this, and I want to say this because I feel like it'll be important to calm people's fears. Because Saturn is often associated with fear and anxiety. So let's just take a quick moment to just talk about that for a second. Leo rising, not all of you just broke up. Quite a few of you actually either began a new long-term relationship or strengthened one that was already occurring. So this is just a little bit of evidence for you to show you that Saturn doesn't deny, right? He doesn't stop something from happening. It's just that the thing, the topic of the house needs to be looked at with maturity and looked at with, discipline and, you need to be responsible. There's your key word about the people that you're bringing in. You're more discerning, right? So when it comes to Saturn now moving into your 8th house, again, it's not about being afraid of what the effects are going to be. It's just about how are you going to respond to things and looking at stuff with more maturity and discipline and being more discerning. Well, maybe. I might be talking about you. There's other Leos out there too that experience that. Okay. So anyway, right, cards for Leo. Sorry. I got distracted. Typical. Not all Leos though, not all Leos had that experience. Right? That's why I like this. These kind of horoscopes are so hard because so much can change based on your own personal placements and the karma that you have. Anyway. It's a lot of cards, Leo. All right, well, first card out is the 6 of Cups. Really cool. 6 of Cups is the sun in Scorpio, actually. The middle decan of Scorpio. It is often about very deeply bonded relationships. And it's cool because, well, you got Saturn moving into your 8th house. We were just talking about 8th house themes. Merging is an 8th house theme, right? Yeah, I don't want to keep it too open-ended, though. Then it's like we're getting too vague. But anyway, merging is an 8th house theme. Six of Cups can be talking about that. Wanting to be very deeply merged and entwined with another. Sometimes the Six of Cups can be talking about nostalgia and thinking back to, you know, past happier memories, right? Like a time when things were easier, or a time when things were simpler and more innocent. Oh my gosh, Leo, are you gonna can I have another card, please? Thank you. And then we get the Ace of Wands. All right. I told you to hurry up, and then you threw an Ace of Wands at me. All right. Okay. All right. Leo, calm down. Okay, so this is cool. We got 2 sixes. We got the 6 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. Bam, bam, bam. Right? So at first, there's this feeling of longing and nostalgia and really wanting to, you know, feel safe and secure, and like you're comforted and your inner child is safe and secure, which is that's perfect for Leo, actually. And then I'm like, okay, Leo, let's get going. Boom, Ace of Wands, fine. We're going, we're launching, we're initiating something. That's really beautiful. I like that a lot. And it's paired with, came out with the 6 of Pentacles. So 6 of Pentacles, this, I feel, really talks about one of the 8th house themes of shared resources, shared finances. So I actually feel like Saturn leaving your 7th house is going to feel like a big weight being lifted, and like it's go time. It's like, yes, now we got this freedom. Let's freaking go. This to me is a very passionate merging. Okay. Just putting that out there. Passionate, but not like, this is not the energy of like a one night stand. Okay. This is the energy of very deeply bonded intimacy. Intimacy requires trust. Intimacy requires safety. It requires an even exchange of energy. 6 of Pentacles. It requires an even exchange of energy on both the physical level and the spiritual level, the mental level, the emotional level, everything. It has to be even. So Saturn will be teaching you all about that for the next couple of years. I love that. Oh, Leo is definitely crushing it. Underneath the deck, we got the Emperor. So, Leo, you're crushing it. I love it. Keep doing you. You don't need my advice. Peace. You got this. Cancer. Oh, man. Homunculus. Where's Juan? Where's Juan when you need him? Oh, my gosh. All right. Cancer. Cancer. Please hit enter. Boop. Load faster. All of a sudden, I have a really terrible Wi-Fi connection, so I apologize if I get a little robot-y or anything like that. Yeah. That's what happens when you share internet and you live in Canada. Okay. Okay. So, Cancer. Cancer moon. Word. Leo should be slinging cards. It's too late. It's too late, Chance. I already started the stream. Okay, so anyway, Cancer. You've got the full moon playing out in your 3rd house. The 3rd house is your neighborhood. It's your skills, your communication, siblings. There's a lot of stuff. And actually, fun little side fact for you guys. The 3rd house in traditional Hellenistic astrology is considered the house of the goddess. It is the house of the moon's rejoicing. So full moon in the 3rd house is beautiful. that's really fantastic for the Cancer rising chart. It's like, bam. Um, anyway, so Moon loves being there. Why? That's a story for another time. And also, Sun rejoices in the ninth house. So isn't that fun? Their rejoicing actually creates a full moon. So that's really neat. Okay, so wow, I never actually realized that. Huh. Okay, so anyway, Cancer. Full moon in the third house. Big topics for you are what tools and skills of yours need to be refined, maybe perfected, even. How are you doing with communicating your emotions? Right, third house moon. How are you doing with communicating your emotions? Um, Definitely big themes. I don't know. I feel like full moon could also be like, wow, okay, high priestess underneath the deck. Full moon in the third could also be really just bringing to the surface what tools need to be used at this time. Perhaps even you're leveling up a specific one, a specific set of skills right now. And by the way, third house can also be like marketing. So, how do you market your own skills? Is it time to begin marketing something that you do, or launch, something in your own neighborhood that has to do with, talking about your own skills? Anyway, things to think about. Also, I just realized, I know someone with a lot of Cancer in their chart that cleans houses in their neighborhood, so that's kind of fun. That's a really interesting thing that just popped in my mind. But yeah, anyway. Okay. I don't want to talk. Oh my gosh. Ariel. Girl, I know, but China hogging the bandwidth. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I make stuff. Yeah, Stacey, you are a Cancer goddess. All right. Yeah, girl, rip off the band-aid. You need to. Okay, so anyway, Saturn moving into the ninth house, right? So ninth house has a lot to do with publishing, but also remember what I said earlier, it is the university or the temple that we study in. So Saturn can literally represent an older or more mature teacher coming in to literally teach you something. Ninth house can deal with our beliefs. Ninth house can deal with divination as well. So there's a lot of themes actually. And to to continue what I was saying about what the Hellenistic astrologers considered the houses to be, the ninth house is the house of the god. House of goddess, house of god. You see that? They work in opposites like that always. So anyway, Saturn will also be teaching you how to be more mature and disciplined about the higher studies that you take on. The ninth house can be associated with pilgrimages as well. The journey to get towards the temple, right? Quote unquote, the temple. So, sometimes Saturn can restrict, but also make you work harder. So this is really about deep, disciplined study, right? What are you learning right now? What if you're interested in any kind of religious studies, what are you studying exactly? If you're interested in furthering your skills in other departments, like going into any kind of schooling, really, what exactly are you about to embark upon? What kind of journey are you about to embark upon? Because Saturn wants to make sure that all of these skills that you're refining, but also how you expand that knowledge is going to be in a disciplined manner. You're going to need to work a lot harder for those ninth house themes, but it's not a bad thing. you're gaining mastery here. Quite literally, you're Cancer. Saturn later on, like in I think 2025, will be conjuncting Pisces in your 9th house. Girl, boy, doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. There's some really seriously, deeply intuitive skills. If they haven't already opened up, they will be opening up, right? And you'll be gaining some serious mastery in them. It's just about you gotta work for it. Yeah, girl, there you go. So how is this week gonna be for Cancer? That's a lot of cards. Lot of cards. Do 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 do. Boop. Whoa. Okay. One of the cards that I thought was too many came back out. So there we go. I like that. Okay. You know what I haven't talked about at all yet with Saturn and Pisces is faith. Faith. When you are blocked from using, say, your tarot cards, for example, or you're not able to obtain your crystals, or you lose your candles, or things get taken away or restricted in some way that you usually use as a tool to connect to the divine, are you able to still connect to the divine? The answer is yes. Do you still have faith? First card out is the Fool. You're embarking on a new journey, Cancer. You're being asked to follow your faith and follow your intuition and have faith. Faith in yourself, faith that you can get there, faith that you can achieve those heights that you want to achieve. So you're definitely going to be learning some new stuff for sure. Second card out that came out at the same time as the Fool is the King of Wands. You're going to be taking on new beliefs or gaining some new beliefs. It's really interesting how... Okay, J-Lo, calm down. The answer is heck yes. All right. Anyway, King of Wands has come out a few times. That's interesting to me. There's like, well, yeah, there's a lot of Aries energy. Anyway, King of Wands. There's lots of passion coming up, right? King of Wands twice in Aqua too. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Ariel. Okay, so anyways, apologies. Do you believe in yourself, Cancer? Do you believe in yourself? You should. I think you do. Underneath all of the dreaminess and the emotion and the sensitivity, I think that there is a core part of you that does believe in yourself. And I think that it's time to shine. I think that it's time to allow yourself to be seen, to allow yourself to step into some kind of role, to step into some kind of important role. That's what I'm seeing with this. We also got the Justice card. I believe I can fly. Yeah, fair enough. And then we got the Justice card. King of Wands with Justice. Didn't that happen already? I see you, Stacy. Didn't that happen already for somebody else? Whose reading was that? King of Wands and Justice? There's another court card, though. I can't remember. Maybe you guys remember. But anyway. That's kind of neat. They're both using their right hand. Okay, Cancer. With all these ninth house themes, I just want to say also that ninth house has to do or can do with like legal status changes, like name changes, and even like the law, like studying the law. Definitely a ninth house thing. But regardless, if you're not going to be studying the law or getting more disciplined about learning how to operate as a legal entity, if that's not you, nah, not gender changes. So like when you get married and change your last name, all of the paperwork that you gotta do. Paperwork is technically seventh house, but you're changing oh, what's up, Mel? What's up, Mel? So anyway, changing your last name or going through some kind of status change can be ninth house. So like getting engaged or changing your last name after marriage, or like studying law, or yeah, that kind of stuff. That's that. But I mean, if you go through some kind of a physical change and identify in another way and change your ID, that would be ninth and 10th house, definitely. Okay, so anyway, getting real distracted. We're still on Cancer. I'm all fucked up. So yeah, I don't know, Cancer. I feel like this is it'll just be really important for you to have faith and believe in yourself. There's definitely some kind of new journey beginning for you. It might not happen physically out in the physical realm, the physical world. It might be an internal journey, a journey towards, finding new faith, or even a more mature and disciplined approach to how you even examine your own beliefs. That kind of stuff. But as always, it's important to balance things out. It's important to not focus so hard on any one aspect of your life that you forget about the rest, right? That is also important. Word. Okay. And to re-emphasize this theme, Cancer, underneath the deck, specifically about the embarking on some kind of new journey, we have the Two of Wands, which is a very strong energy of cutting away from either a group or a collective or the crowd, and individuating, doing your own thing, starting your own path, doing something that is uniquely you, that something that is uniquely you. You're launching something for sure. That's a thing for sure. Okay. Rambled enough about Cancer. Gemini. Where's Rachel and Gem? I feel like that should summon them. Gem and me. Okay. So Gemini. Full moon in the 4th house. Full moon in your anchor. Alrighty. So, as you guys have heard me say, 4th house is what anchors you. It's literally the conditions of your home. I would not be surprised if people with a lot of Gemini energy, especially Gemini risings, were cleaning their house today. Literally would not be shocked in the slightest, especially since Virgo likes it clean. And you got the full moon in Virgo, right? Literally cleaning your home. Creating a sacred space in your home is also a big, I feel is an important thing when you have a sign that is all about sacred spaces and sacred rites and ceremony, and ritual in the fourth house of home, right? Giving away Gemini's secrets. This is important for Gemini to feel like they're anchored as they have an organized and beautiful home that they feel is their own sacred space. Saturn is moving into your 10th house of career and your reach, what you aspire to be and aspire to do, and the responsibilities that you have. As I'm sweeping, called it. Called it. Called it. Okay, sorry. So anyway, Saturn in the 10th house. Time to get really serious about your career path, right? Saturn wants you to level up, what maybe even take on more responsibilities, as far as specifically career goes. Your aspirations. What are your aspirations, right? Saturn wants to know. And Saturn wants to know, do you have a plan to achieve them? Do you have a plan, Gemini? Two of Swords. Classic Gemini, classic. All right, Gemini. So which way are you going to go? Which way are you going to go? Hold on. Let me take this down. Bam. It is not organized. I am not pleased. Fair enough. Yeah. It's been a weird year. It's only March. Oh, it's just getting started, dude. Man. Yeah. I feel you though, buddy. I feel you though. I like this full moon was very powerful for me, and like it hasn't even hit exact yet. And I shared with a few people, like, man, it was so intense, some of the emotional energy that came in. Oh, okay, this time last year, fair enough. So intense, some of the energy that was coming in, that like I didn't even really want to stream. I wanted to go hermit mode. Hermit is the major arcana card for Virgo. I wanted to go hermit mode and just be like, fuck it, I'm not streaming. But but I felt it was important to be here. But anyway, Gemini. Damn, son. Okay. So Two of Swords. Two of Swords. I get this energy of should I stay or should I go now? Do. Two of Swords is the first decan of Libra ruled by the moon. It is often talking about having several choices in front of you, right? You need to make some kind of decision or make some kind of decision. But yeah, dude, me too. You need to make some kind of decision, but it's like you have to feel into it. You can't just use a purely logical linear mind. You need to access both sides of your brain, both sides of your self, right? Your masculine and your feminine. And I get the sense that, it might be difficult to see how things are even going to play out down, these different paths that you have in front of you. But that's why it's important to feel into the intuitive side, not just try and think of it in a logical, linear fashion. And then we got the Death card. Hello, transformation. The Angel of Death. And then the Nine of Cups. So, so sorry for laughing. It's kind of serious, but the death card, honestly, nobody's dying. It's just about transformation. It's about releasing something, right? Releasing something from the past. Um, that is the craziest question I think I've ever been asked. Yes, FRC, I could, but it depends on what your question is. So, just message me. How about you message me and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Oh my god. How do you answer that? I mean, yes, theoretically, literally everything has a birth chart because it has a moment when it was like came into inception, when it was created and had its first breath, right? Yeah, hatch date. Yeah, yeah, you could. Depending on like what your question is though, it might be more appropriate to pull up a horary chart. But I need that reading to be live. What the? Am I a joke to you? Am I a joke to you? Oh shit. I think that would be like a private audience reading. Holy shit, Gemini. Okay, just stream it. Oh my god. I can't even with you people. Give the people what they want. Oh my god, no. Am I a monkey? Okay, oh my god. So, Gemini, I gotta go back to the beginning. I'm so sorry. They distracted me with chickens. Good job, you guys. Um, you have an important decision to make. Are you gonna do it or not? Um, as I was saying, feel into it, right? It's whatever this choice is, you need to use more than just your linear logical mind in order to make the decision and in order for it to be the right one. And then we got the death card, right? This is all about transformation, right? Releasing what is rotten, what is old, what is, it needs to fucking go. Cleaning house, in order to, make room and release energy and have energy available for the new stuff that you actually, want in your life. And what is that? Emotional satisfaction, the 9 of Cups. Fantastic. That's beautiful. Hatch reading. Ah. Yeah. So, if the reason why you're stuck on making a decision is because you know that it means that one path ends, one path is dissolved. Once you've made that decision, certain things have to come to an end. And if that is bringing up anything for you, maybe sit with that, And like I said, this is about feeling into your body, right? It is a sword card, so there's some kind of communication involved. There's some kind of, mental processes involved, but it's a moon card. She's blindfolded. It's not necessarily about how to go about it in a linear fashion. So, my biggest piece of advice every time I pull this card is, well, if you have a choice in front of you, Gemini, um, you always do, feel into it. What is the more appropriate choice based on how your body feels? If there is a lot of tension that comes up when you're thinking about this thing, feel into that tension. Where is it in your body? And is there energy there that needs to be released? Guaranteed there is if there's tension. And I really feel like once you have decided on a direction to go and you've done the necessary cleaning, you've freed up that energy, boom, there's something that comes in for you that helps you feel emotionally and spiritually satisfied. Wow. That is wild. Why why the why the chicken why the chicken stuff? What is going on? These kinds of questions make me question life. Um, but not in a bad way. I kind of just want to see what's rising right now. We're in Libra. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's weird. I don't get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, but anyway. Yeah, pets have a birthday, right? The timing would be the really tricky part. Um so, I don't know very many people that write down the time of when a pet is born. Uh Sidereal chicken. Solid band name. But yeah, the timing would be the really important thing to be as accurate as possible. Um you would need as close of a time as possible as you could get, which could be really tricky with chickens, tricky with chickens, chicky with chickens. Ugh. Um, yeah, that would be I don't know, that'd be a really weird reading. But yeah, you could do it. Literally everything has a birth chart, so like why not? Um I mean, hey, if you want to pay me money to read your chicken's chart, I'll fucking do it, okay? But last note, that's okay, dude. I think that's hilarious. I've never been asked that before, so there you go. Last note, Gemini. The magician is underneath the deck for you. So there's definitely something going on here about you're refining a very serious skill set with this process. Um, Keep in mind the magician knows how to use all four elements. They don't get stuck in just one. They don't pay attention to just one. They're able to balance all four and use all four in order to create the reality that they want. And that means, when we're dealing with water, especially releasing and getting rid of the dirty and old water, right? Stagnant water brings sickness. So keep it moving. Keep it moving. Just cock block the whole stream. Lol. Oh my god. And bring on the puns. Okay. Oh boy. You guys crack me up. Where are we? Oh, wrong chart. No, no. Oh no, I fucked up. Okay, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. I want to move on to Taurus and I accidentally closed the wrong window. So just give me a second here while I pull it back up. Boop a doop. In the meantime, love you guys. How you guys doing? 25 people in the chat. That's pretty badass. Again, thank you guys for assisting and getting me to my goal of 500 subscribers. I need 1,000 in order to start doing the YouTube super chat stuff. So that is the next goal that I'm working on. And in the meantime, I hope you guys are having a good time. Oh, I'm sorry. Boom, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay. So we are on Taurus. There we go. We will manifest it. Word. Hello, Chaylee. I'm doing great. How you doing? I haven't, Stacy. I'm gonna do that in a second here. Okay. Taurus. Earth goddess check in. What up? Oh. Redraw. Did I not add my website to the description? It should be there. KayleeBracana.com. What's up, Rel? Okay, good. I did. Okay, excellent. Okay. Anyway, Taurus. Whoopam. There we go. This is the transits you are experiencing right now. So, for Taurus, we have the full moon in the 5th house. Full moon, 5th house. Boom. So the 11th and the 5th axis is being activated. So 5th house. Biggest topics of the day: pleasure, artistry, hobbies, children. What do you do for fun? What do you do for fun, Taurus? What do you do for fun? Also risk, gambling, right? These are 5th house themes. But anyway, with Saturn is moving into your 11th house tomorrow morning. As Saturn is in your 11th house, this is, well, the 11th house has to do with the groups that you belong to and the rewards and, the rewards that you receive from your career and from your public efforts. So with Saturn moving here, when it comes to the groups that you belong to, I will give you a warning, Taurus. I'll give you a very important warning. Saturn is the planet of opposites, duality. In your 11th house in Pisces, be careful that you don't join a cult. I'm so serious right now. Some of the groups that you belong to, and maybe even you when it comes to interacting in like group settings, people in your environment, maybe even some of your own friends, could have the potential to become or gradually become anyway more and more polarized, especially when it comes to religious or spiritual topics. So just be cautious and mindful of that. But really what you are being encouraged to work on is, not getting that way, but also being a little bit more mature and maybe even discerning about some of the groups that you're in, your involvement with some groups. And, Saturn in the 11th can really like help you decide like where to spend your energy as far as like as far as your networking goes. And with Saturn having just been in your 10th house, right, there's huge career stuff that you were working on for the last few years, really. And now that Saturn is moving into the 11th, now it's time to really take all of the efforts that you've just put into your career and really network with them. Work on literally Saturn work on strengthening your networks that you belong to, strengthening, but also again discerning, right? Saturn is about discernment. So discerning what networks you belong to and also putting a lot of effort into those said networks. Always a good time for a cult. Well, no. Would it be a good time to start a cult? No. I'm so like, ugh. No, man. Stacy. Girl. No. You guys, my gosh. I go back to check the comments and I'm like, nope, never mind. You guys are fucked. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate those that are watching live right now. And also those of you that sticked out the entire time I'm streaming, you guys are the OGs, man. This long form stuff is definitely it's for a certain crowd. It's definitely a certain crowd kind of thing. All right. Oh. So with Saturn going into your 11th house, there may be actually quite a few groups or friendships that come to an end, right? 10 of Swords. This is not the end of the world, okay? when that kind of shakeup and reorganization occurs, literally it's making room for who you actually want to be, who actually value, the people that actually value you, the people that actually care about you, that actually have empathy and compassion for you. But anyway, 10 of Swords and 5 of Wands. It's spicy. Very spicy. Very spicy. So yeah, that's some potential conflict for sure. The biggest thing that I like to point out about the 10 of Swords specifically, though, is number one, it's the last deacon of Gemini ruled by the sun. The sun brings blessings, right? So, yeah, there's a tough ending here, but there's something that you're learning about discipline. There's skills that you're learning. There's lessons here. Good old Saturn bringing more lessons, right? Don't be afraid to rise to the occasion and engage in whatever competition or activity is occurring. Go for it, because you're being called. Actually, you're being this is the Judgment card, right? You're being asked to do something important that's going to feel like it's waking you up from a slumber. It's actually kind of like so there's some kind of connection that's ending, right? Whether it's with a group, whether it's with an individual, whatever. The point is that there's an ending. Okay. And like I said, it's actually activating you. It's activating you in a really important way because you're being called to a higher purpose. Being called for a higher purpose, to a higher purpose, to dedicate yourself to something bigger than you. That's actually a good 11th house theme. Something that's bigger than you. Is a relationship a cult of two people? If your relationship has signs of cult-like behavior, it's not a good relationship. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Okay. So anyway, all that aside, like I'm saying, okay, you're being called, and underneath the deck we've got the Page of Wands. So it's almost like as soon as you have cut off ties, like literally, I get the image of cutting something off, cut off ties. There might be some spicy conversations and some spicy incidences that occur surrounding that event. But once that happens, it's like, boom, something new and passionate and inspiring awakens for you. Our dog is our cult leader. Cute. So, anyway, breathe deep and go with the flow, Taurus. A good cult? Oh God, I will not be joining. I have like a serious aversion to groups, man. Okay. Aries. Ooh, change my banner. Hold up. Bloop, Aries. Even like, honestly, honest to God, seriously, even just having people that are quote unquote followers makes me nervous. I don't like it. It's weird. But I love you guys because you guys are badass, but it's weird. Yep. Okay, so Taurus or Aries. Aries, finally, you waited so long. You guys are doing great. So full moon happened in your 6th house, right? So there was definitely some kind of culmination today, some kind of peaking, something peaked, something came to a close or completion that you've likely been I don't know, working on, sixth house work, working on for a while, something that has affected you on a day-to-day basis. You're now bringing it to a close or to a completion, and like, thank God. uh, the sixth house, 12th house axis often speaks of health, our mental, spiritual health, and our, physical health, which are always linked. This is why this is an axis and not just, one sign. This also has to do with service, right? So you are being asked to be of service in some area, or in service to something, or, just to act like a yeah, you're just being called to be of service in some way. The sixth house can also actually talk about our employees. If you are a business owner, the sixth house is the people that work for you. And things related to that. So anyway, there's some kind of like culmination or attention being put here with your employees, or even with your own health, right? The light's being shone there. But anyway, Saturn moving into your 12th house. This is going to be teaching you about well, actually, interestingly enough, Saturn gets his joy in the 12th house. Kind of a weird thing. I've heard a few different explanations for why. The one that I resonate the most with is, well, if you think about the primary motion, when planets are rising in the east and then culminating in the south from the northern hemisphere perspective, in the north from the southern hemisphere perspective, and then setting in the west. It's the primary motion, the sun's daily motion, right? Whoop, that's primary motion. Secondary motion is the progression through the signs, right? This way. So anyway, as Saturn is rising into the 12th house, according to primary motion, if you think about when the sun is rising, that's when we're getting up for the day. That's when we're awakening from our slumber, right? We're awakening from our slumber and getting like ready to go to work, literally, and beginning like our tasks for the day. So interesting way to think about it. But anyway, Saturn gets its joy in the 12th house. So what does this mean for you, Aries? Sorry, took a little detour there, but essentially, when it comes to your spiritual practices and the things that you do in order to keep yourself mentally healthy, spiritually healthy, you're asked to deepen those practices. You're being asked to really develop spiritual maturity. It's a great time also to be learning about psychic boundaries, actually. So if you have never heard the term like psychic attack or anything like, anything related to that, this would be a great time to learn about that and to learn how to be protective of your mental and spiritual self. Yeah, I think that's the main kind of things that I want to say about Aries right now. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to be a leader of a cult. Fuck that. Oh yeah, procession is its own thing. Ew. Cult of Moonday Tarot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I know. I hate groups. I love you guys, but hate it. Oh my god. Sorry, Aries. Yes. Yes. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. What are the needs that you need to take care of in order to, what are the things that you need to take care of on a physical level in order to do the spiritual thing better. Totally, 100%. You'll call Tarot Destroyer. You know what? You know what? You know what's really funny about that? The people or bots that come into channels and like spam the comments, they're still giving me a view. You know, they're actually helping the algorithm find me, which is so funny. It's so funny. Okay, anyway. What you got for me, Aries? What do I got for Aries, rather? Like, I hate groups, but you guys are cool. Aries. Oh, man. Hello, Knight of Wands. Didn't you come out last week for Aries, too? I think you did. Temperance. Very much. Very much. I don't know. I almost feel like Saturn in the 12th house encourages a bit of hibernation, but maybe not. Maybe not because it's like restricting it. I don't know. When Saturn was transiting my 12th house last, I was in school, so I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. What's up, Crypto Tales? Very late to the party. We're 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Yeah, okay. So Aries, what we got for you? Knight of Wands. Pretty sure this came out for you last week as well. Knight of Wands is definitely led by their beliefs. Definitely led by a quest for truth and knowledge. They are extremely passionate about, seeking justice. They do have the tendency to salt and burn the fields behind them if they're crossed. So be careful of that energy, Aries. You've got this beautiful stuff going on in your first house, and this boost of confidence and this boost of like, yeah, I am actually king shit. And that's great. It's wonderful. I love it. Temper it though. Literally, temperance just came out as well. This is about finding balance. And what are you balancing it with? Well, there's the Ace of Cups. Literally. You can't make this shit up. You're being asked to learn moderation in a number of different areas. Learn moderation and make sure that you're not burning fields. Okay, don't burn the bridge. Please don't burn the bridge. You might need it later. And remember to hydrate, okay? Remember to hydrate. And don't get cocky, God'll smack you. Yes. So anyway, number 1, remember to hydrate. Temper that passion and that aggression a little bit, okay? We all like fire, but gotta have balance. That's what temperance is asking you to do. Have some balance. Underneath the deck, we also have the Lovers. Wow. So that's cool. Okay, check out this image though. Check out this image. Behind the man is the tree on fire. And behind the woman is the tree with fruit. Almost as if there's another individual, a lover perhaps, maybe not a lover, but maybe, but another individual that is helping you temper, that is helping you channel that fire, hopefully into constructive things, constructive purposes, constructive tasks, but also helping temper you out a little bit. Be kind to them. 100% tree of knowledge and tree of life, definitely. But I think the the symbolism is really interesting. You could also read this as the things that you're pursuing with such vigor will lead you ultimately to a place where you're going to be asked to transform some of that energy. And when you do, this is the other title for this card is alchemy. When you perform um, that inner alchemy, right? And you've taken some of that passion. Passion can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, depending on what you're going through currently. But anyway, once you take that passion and you reach the goal and you've done the thing that was lighting your fire in the first place, you're going to be asked to transmute it. And when you transmute that energy, you've got a really beautiful outcome here of something. It's like that fire is actually going to drive you to almost want the water, because it's like you're almost burning up. So then she dips her toe. She just dips her toe in the water. Oh, just a little bit of water. And that's so grounding, right? Being barefoot, number one, but then also bringing in the water. It's really grounding. So anyway, what's up, Runes? Good to see you, bruh. Yeah, I almost just kind of want to say, Aries, like, allow yourself to be moved spiritually, because it's going to happen anyway. So yeah, receive those blessings, Aries. Receive those blessings. That's all I can say. Receive those blessings. And please don't burn the bridge. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is such a funny show. Does he have a nipple ring going on? Hold on, I gotta see that. No, he doesn't. It's a very hard nipple. It's very hard. Good, Rel. I'm glad. Okay. Taking Aries off, and I need to, before I go to private readings, or not private, oh my god, before I go to you, Stacy Sunshine, because I see that you left me something. I need to, nope, just one. No, fuck it, we're doing it. Stacy, lean into it. Okay. All right, girl, I'm gonna lean into it. So if you want me to pull a card for you, because apparently I'm fucking on point right now. If you want me to pull a card for you, oh, that's not what I meant to click. Feel free to follow the instructions in the ticker. My PayPal is down below, and yeah, consider getting a reading with me. Stacy, this is for you, girl. Lean into it. 9 of Pentacles. We pulled this earlier. I love the 9 of Pentacles. Independent wealth, my friends. Independent wealth. What makes you feel free? What? How much do you value yourself? You're fired. Oh my god. Dude, don't even joke. I have Pluto on my MC. Scary. That's scary. That scares me. Okay, so oh my god, Stacy. This is you right now. Okay? This is actually you right now. I know enough about what you're going through, okay? To know that this is you right now. Your physical needs are being taken care of, right? The path that you're choosing to go down will be fruitful for you, okay? Especially if you lean into it, right? And I love that. I love that. For a single card reading, that's pretty badass. You can't get much better than that. Maybe like the Empress card, maybe, but yeah, girl. The 9 of Pentacles. You know, she's quite comfortable. She's also very graceful. You know, this figure. So she's able to both receive and you're welcome, love you, buddy. She she's able to receive and give, right? She understands equal exchange, definitely 100%. Um yeah, she's got a good handle on what she knows she's going to need to continue to sustain the lifestyle that she's created for herself. So that's you, Stacy. I love to see it. It's good to see. And yeah, happy full moon, you guys. Woo! All right, I'm gonna check my PayPal. If that is all, then I will be going. I love you guys very much. Looks like it is. That is all good. Oh, yeah. All right. I love you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. J-Lo, how could you possibly be a bad influence? Psh, psh. Right? Exactly, Stacey. 100%. Oh, God. Please don't make me a cult leader. I, I can't go down in infamy. I don't want that for me. Uh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I think I said that 6 times already, but still, it's still true. Have a lovely night, and please feel free to leave a comment to tell me about how this full moon went for you. If there's any really strong Virgo themes that came up, but also like if you notice anything in your own personal life that you know if you see that Saturn theme begin to play out in a new area, I'm really curious to hear about that as well, because you know, obviously I love Saturn, and the last time Saturn was in Pisces I was like a toddler. Okay, it's 1993. It was really little. Don't remember that time very much, right? So this is it feels like a new experience, and yeah, thank you guys for sharing it with me. Really appreciate that. So all right, peace.